Hi guys, welcome back to Buenas, nuevas, espirituales YouTube channel. Today I'll be sharing spiritual needs for the spiritual war. I know that we may sit at home waking up to a depressing, sad life, an angry life, but that is happening to us because we don't read the Word of God as much as we should. We should read it at least once a day, but we don't. We forget about it. We put Him second. Or we put Him last in our day. And that's not okay because God says in His Word that if we read His Word, we will have a peaceful and wonderful life. So let's get started. Let's see what God has to tell us today. James 4:7, which says, "Submit yourselves then to God. Resist the devil and he will flee from you." This is stating that by having the Word of God in our lives, that we will have an amazing life with no temptations from the devil, no evil temptations, no bad thoughts, none of those things. Ephesians 6:11, which says, "Put on the full armor of God so that you can take the stand from the devil's schemes." This is telling us that we have to have the Word of God in our mind, in our soul, in our eyes, and in our heart. Because by having those things in our mind and our heart, we can share it to others, our testimony. We can share our testimony to others, and it may help someone else. 2 Corinthians 10:4, which says, "The weapons that we fight with are not the weapons of the world. On the contrary, they have divine power to demolish strongholds." This states very clearly by having weapons and guns and knives and all those things, we might have those, but if we don't have the Word of God in us, those things aren't going to matter. Those things aren't going to help us in this war, in this spiritual war, because we're not going to be fighting humans. We're going to be fighting spiritual demons, spiritual things, not just people. Lastly, let's go to Jeremiah 51:20, which says, "You are my hammer, my weapon for battle. With you I will shatter nations. With you I destroy nations." This is very powerful because with God, it's telling us that with God we can do anything. We can, just like David had God in him, so he destroyed, he demolished, he killed Goliath. And he was like super tall and David was like little. And no one thought that he could do it. He was the smallest one in his family. But he showed bravery because he had God in him. And he killed Goliath. And no one expected that to happen. So this means that anyone, to the smallest to the biggest, can destroy anybody, can kill anybody. Whether it's a demon, spirit, or a person, we can kill anybody if we have God in us. So we have to remember to always have God in our hearts. And we have to remember to read His Word and never forget about Him. We shouldn't put Him second. We shouldn't put Him last, third, fourth. We should always put Him first because He is the one who put a roof over our head, food on the table, everything. He's the one who gives us everything. So we can't forget about Him. That's all the time we have for today. Bye.